Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality, and today I'm going to be working more in my little bee journal that I started. If you haven't seen the first video, actually it was the second video. The first video was an unboxing. This was a kit from Your Creative Studio, and it's a cute little kit. They make monthly vintage kits, or at least this time it was a vintage bee kit. And so I have an unboxing, and then I also have a first video where we made this cute little cover, and it was using some of the packaging from the kit. So yeah, I made this cute little cover with the paper, stickers, I added ribbon. This is some tissue paper that came in the kit, and then a little bee, a butterfly down here, and this little flower. So this is 4 inches wide by 5.5. And so now I'm going to be pulling together my papers and making the signature. This is tiny. This is a 1/2 inch spine. So I'm just going to do one signature, and then I'm going to sew it in with the pamphlet stitch, make a little tassel. The kit came with this bookmark, so I'll put that in there. And yeah, really pretty bee and honeycomb bookmark. And I'll make some other things, but we'll do that in the last video where I add embellishments. But today I wanted to show you how to make the signature and put it into the book. So this is one of the envelopes that had a rubber stamp in it. So I'm going to use it in my book. I'm just going to pull off this. We're going to cover that up with a piece of paper, but I'm just pulling that off and don't need that. And I'm going to fold this in half. Within the signature, I'm going to use the paper that came with the kit, as well as some vintage book pages that I pulled from my stash. I'm going to use some of this tissue paper. It was part of the packaging. So I'll just go ahead and cut this down to 5.5. Um, 4 inches wide, so let's make sure that it's 4 inches. Of this, yeah, that's good. I'll just use this piece as is. I already used it on the cover, so I'm just going to fold it in half. All of the papers in the kit came this size, and I don't know if this might be a sticker. Oh yeah, this is a sticker. So the thicker pieces are stickers. I'm going to save that for later. Fold up one of these vellums, or a couple of them. Trying to decide what to use. These, I'm going to save that for decorating a page because it would be too short to put, or I could actually, I know what to do. I'm going to cut it down to my height and then fold it at a little bit shorter than 4. Like right there. And then add a piece of paper to the other, to this piece. I'm going to use this and just add this to the back of it. So I'm going to go ahead and just continue doing this and speed this up for you so this video isn't like hours long. I know the first a couple of my videos have been long lately, but that's okay. I kind of wanted to do things in real time and not speed up, so sometimes I like to do that. So let's see, I think that'll work. Just add some glue here. So yeah, we'll just keep working. I'll speed this up and then come back in a little bit and put everything together. Alright, I have all my papers cut to size and folded in half. So now I'm going to go through and just kind of assemble them. Let's see if I want to use there. I think I want to use the paper that I glued together as the main one. So the first page of the signature, and I'll just go through and start adding random papers. No particular order. Actually, I want to leave this so that this is the center of the signature, so you can see the whole bee on the inside. That's our envelope, book page. Vellum, I think I'll add this vellum back here. That a thinner page. There's another book page. Envelope there. I need to add this back in here somewhere. And then I'll do the book page. Book page here, and then, oh, the tissue. Add in this tissue paper. And that in the center. So let's count the pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I have 21 pieces that are folded in half. So that's about the size. I mean, you could do whatever size you want. This is probably the max that I would do in here because it is a smaller signature. But, and you may want to trim these, but I am going to be adding some ribbon, like some trim along the sides. So it's okay to me that this is already poking out because all the trims will be poking out anyways. So that will be in the the final video when we do embellishments on the book. Okay, so now what we want to do is just make sure these are all nice and snug in here. I need to get some paper clips. Okay, I pulled out some paper clips and I'm going to use these to make altered paper clips to go in the book as well. So I just pulled, I'll probably just do 2, so I pulled yellow and black. But I'm just going to paper clip these together. Right down near the fold there. And actually want to paper clip them to your cover. I should have done that. So let's actually scratch that. We need to poke the holes into the cover first. So what I'm going to do is, you need a paper piercer. I have this one. It was from Michael's, and it was a kit. Let me show you. It's in the beading department, so it's bead landings. Whoops. And it has all of these pieces in it. A little bead scoop, and then those, and the paper piercer. So that's what mine came from. So I'm going to poke a hole in the center. You could measure this, but I'm just going to eyeball it. So right in the center. And then about 1/2 inch from the top. And 1/2 inch from the bottom. And I didn't get that in the center of the... Okay, don't do what I do. This needs to go in the center of this. And the reason I did that, originally when I made the cover, this middle piece I folded in the wrong spot, and so I put my holes in the middle of the wrong folds. So I'm going to go up a little bit, and that's about 3/4 of an inch, but you get what I mean. Got to go in the center there. Probably would have been fine to leave it at that hole, but that one's fine. I'm going to leave that. It'll be okay. And then we need to poke the holes in the signature itself. So I'm going to stick this through here, line it up, and I think it'll just be easier to go in the center, eyeballing, but you can measure, do whatever you're comfortable with. Usually on a bigger book, I would measure it out on a plain piece of paper and use it as a template. And so I should have done that with this, but I didn't. But it's all good. You're going from the center of the fold to the outside. And then let's do this back here. All right. Now I have some black wax thread, but you can use twine or embroidery thread. And I have a needle with a thick or a wide eye here. And the wax thread is easy to thread into the hole. Doesn't come apart most of the time. So just got to get it through there. It's best to use an embroidery thread or an embroidery needle that has a wide hole. This one's not too wide, so I'm having difficulties here. I'm going to trim this at an angle. Normally it goes right through, but I'm not doing that today. And it probably doesn't help that my eyes are tired. Just doesn't want to go through. Okay, I'm gonna get this through and I'll be back. Alright, I got it through. That was harder. It was harder than it needed to be anyway. So the length that I usually do my signature sewing is I go 3 times the height. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. Just so I know I have enough. I can tie a bow or do whatever. You don't have to tie this or anything, just leave it as it is. And we're going to go down through the center and the center of the cover. Pull it through. You want to leave, I always just leave a little bit past the edge of my page like that from the center. You might want to go a little bit more since this is kind of short. You want to have enough to tie a bow. So now you're on your outside of your spine. You're going to go either down or up, doesn't really matter. But you're going to go back through the cover and through your signatures or your papers. One signature in this case. I always like to pull it through here first and then go through. So now I'm inside there. Kind of adjust it, pull this through. And then you're going to go past the center and all the way to the other side, whatever side that is for you, top or the bottom. Go pull it through to the back or to the outside cover, the spine. And then I'm going to pull it, kind of adjust it here. And then you're going to go into the center. You want to have your center string there in the middle of the two ends of the string. So just to move it, because you want to tie around that center string. So now that you have it through to the center again, you can take your needle off. Make sure the two ends are one on the side of each string. So if you can tell here, this is in the center. So now we're going to tighten it. Make sure it's tight on this side. It's kind of crooked, but that's okay. Tighten it up and then do a double knot. That's good. And then I'm just going to tie a bow on this. Some people will tie some beads on the end to have dangle. So you could do that too. There. Now just take your paper clips off, and that is how you do a pamphlet stitch. I'm going to have a tassel that's going to cover that, so you won't be able to see that. But I think I want to have a ribbon to tie this together, because right now it's really stiff and it just kind of opens. All right, so I'm going to put this in here just to show you. It's a bookmark. It's not quite long enough to go all the way down, but I think it's fine. It can just come out the top like that. dangle on the inside, whatever page. So that's pretty. And then maybe I will use, I have this kind of a golden yellow ribbon. I'll use it to tie around. Actually, I'll show you how to, what do I want to do here? I'll just tie it around for now. That's pretty. And then I'll take some of my ribbons. I have this really tiny golden rickrack. I'll use that in my tassel. I also have this ribbon here. So I think that's a good length for this little tassel on the side. All right, I gathered up some of my ribbons here, and I have this really fine golden yellow rickrack, this golden yellow ribbon, and then some blacks here. I'm just using 5 pieces because this is a small book, and I'm going to use a small paper clip and just clip it onto the spine of the book to go down, and I'll make my tassel come out the end. So just a pretty simple tassel. So just gather them, go down the center of all of them. And I will use, what should I use to tie this up? I need some twine. I don't want to use the wax thread because it's kind of stiff, but let me grab some twine that I can use. All right, I have a piece of golden yellow embroidery thread that I found in my stash. So I'm just going to go from the front and tie a knot in the back. I'm leaving a really long end and then a shorter end because I'm going to twist a lot of it around the top of the tassel. So right now I'm just doing a double knot, trying to get it as tight as I can. If you tape this to your table, it would be a lot easier, but I don't have any tape right now. So I'm just trying to hold it hold it down and pull it at the same time. All right, so it's like there's the knot, and I have my two ends. This is the shorter end. It's a little bit longer than my tassel, and then this is a really long end. So I'm going to take the really long end, making sure that the other side is going down there, and I'm going to just twist this around a bunch of times. I don't know, 10 to 15 times, or whatever you think looks good at the top of the tassel. I think that looks pretty good. So now, actually I'm gonna have a little piece left over, so I'm just going to keep going around here till I have it good, so I'm not wasting any, if you know what I mean. It's a lot more than I need, really. So now I'm going to take both ends and do another double knot, and I'll trim it if I think I need to trim it after it's double knotted. Okay, so it's a little bit long, so I'm just going to trim the two ends. Whoops. And then I can stick this on the spine, going down like that. It's a cute little tassel on the side. And then something I wanted to do on the side was I have this tiny little 1/2-inch binder clip, and I'm just going to bind it or clip it on the side. And let's see, right here. And then I'll put some ribbon on the side there as a little, I don't have any beads. Maybe I can do a little bead dangle, but I don't have any beads right now. So let's see, which ribbon am I going to use? I'm going to use this, and I'm going to cut it, and this will go through. I'm just going to fold it in half, stick the loop through here, and then pull the two ends, push the two ends through that loop. Whoops, and you just need to tighten it. Just like that. I'm going to trim this a little bit. And stick that on the side. Just adds a little extra. This can also be used as a paper clip, if you, or I mean as a page or a bookmark. But yeah, I think that turned out really cute. So the next video we will be doing is just completing this on the inside, adding embellishments and pockets and belly bands and things like that. And then we will be done with this cute little bead journal. And I'll probably have this up in my Etsy shop. So if you want to go follow me on my, favorite my shop over there, then you'll get notifications as to when I put things in my Etsy shop. I haven't put anything in my Etsy shop for a while. There are lots of things there that you can purchase if you were interested. But as far as adding new things, I haven't done that in a couple months because I was in the process of moving. But this will be in there after the next video. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and subscribe. Go ahead and check out Your Creative Studio. They have really cool monthly kits like this one, and hopefully this will inspire you to make a little mini journal. Okay, this is Kim with Creative Crafticality. Bye. God bless.